studying in mechanical engineering. So I found myself to be adventurous and to like to learn new things, to pick up on challenges, and by doing so, actually allows me to meet new people and possibly meeting new friends. And of course, I believe in a lifelong journey where you keep on learning and then you will discover even more. And that's what I believe in. Alright, so you may ask, how involved was I in the NUSSU? In terms of operation-wise, I was the operations director back in December 2013 for the student leaders camp, as well as the head of logistics in 2014, and that was organized by NUSSU EXCO. So in this area, I was quite on the ground and to spool out the events in terms of the logistical management. So I talk about myself and my past experience with NUSSU. And gradually, I actually developed an interest in terms of logistical management. And I feel that, and learn more about the union, I feel that I can step up to be the assistant secretary and to work with everyone in terms of all the NUSSU entities, to collaborate, optimizing all the resources we have, and to deliver it to the students. So this is what I hope to achieve, to work together as one. And so my vision, in short, is to have a sustainable and efficient system. This may not sound like much, but these are the 5 aspects that I would like to touch on today. So number 1 is resource sharing, which I think Wei Heng has already touched on. In optimizing the resources we have, and then we can actually collaborate as one union. The next one is student lounge. You know that student lounge can be, the vibrancy of the student lounge can be made even better. And yeah. The third point is in managing the NUSSU band. I believe many of you all know about how the NUSSU band is being run, procedures and protocols. Next will be the NUSSU storage bay, or we call it the dungeon, which is located at YH, at the bottom of YH. It is used to store items for the committees, mainly for the FOCC projects. And last of all, the hours. And again, Wei Heng has touched a little bit about it, called hours, meaning online utilities resource system. It is a new initiative that I wish to push out. And I'll elaborate on this on the next few slides. Right. So one of the greatest assets of the union is actually in its resources. And I wish to let all the union entities understand that we have the capacity to collaborate, to share our resources. So currently, I understand that there is actually an inventory list that is being published on the NUSSU webpage. And I think it is, and I understand that it is 2 non-fac clubs and two non-fac clubs and two fac clubs that has actually published their list. And I want to reach out to even more of the con clubs and the committees to actually update on the inventory list, so that in terms of resources, you can actually reach out to even more for everyone to share. And perhaps, like when there are new purchases, then there is a need for periodic revision of the equipment list. Right, my next point is on the student lounge. So now I have conducted walkabouts in the student lounge. I personally went down, I take a look, I sat down on the chair, and I wonder how can I actually improve the student lounge, increasing the vibrancy of the student lounge. And the first thing that came to mind was music. When you step in, you're going to feel that you're being welcomed. And in terms of the furniture that we currently have in the student lounge, I think that can actually, if I have the budget, I'll push for it. And to purchase new furniture for the student lounge. That aside, the students have to know that there are actually facilities in the student lounge for them to enjoy and to chill. So from what I see and what I noticed is that students in the student lounge are actually treating it as a student area, study area. When you head down to the student lounge, you definitely see students down there discussing and studying. So what I wish to see is to push up the awareness and to work with the communication secretary in making aware that there are these facilities such as board games, the Xbox, and pool tables for them to use it. And in order to use them, there are actually student assistants in the student lounge that maintain the student lounge and they accept the queries of the students, they gather their feedbacks, and it is to help to facilitate the use of such resources. So as you all may know that student lounge, there's frequent events that's being conducted at the YH, be it at the movie area or the presentation area. So what I can see is that the board games currently that is in the student lounge is being offered by NUS pieces. It is not part of the committee or the clubs, but they are the societies and the interest groups that we can reach out and to invite them that they have this venue to share with the students about their events and so on. Because from what I understand is that currently they are conducting their events on the engine block, where on a weekly basis they are inviting students to engine to enjoy their board games, which I believe that they can actually use the student lounge as an event to reach out to even more students. Right, at this point, NUSSU van, and I understand that many of you know how it operates and its protocol, but I just like to reiterate on the booking of this NUSSU van. So first off, it is on a first come first served basis. So in this case, you have to contact instead of the DOL, you have to contact the DOS in booking of the NUSSU van, which I will explain during the hours slide. And of course, before you use this, you have to be orientated by our DOL. And of course, if the driver feels not confident, feels uncomfortable with the van orientation, he can actually ask for a van refresher course. Build up his confidence so that he can drive on the day itself, on the event day itself. The next point on the storage bay, the dungeon. So currently it is for the committees, the NUSSU committees, as well as the FOCC projects which will be pushed out in May, June, and July. So with that, I too personally went down and see the current condition of the NUSSU storage bay. So what we have now is actually shelves that's being properly labeled for which committee, for which projects, space they have, so that they can store their items. And with that, there's a need to maintain the storage bay through regular spot checks and to limit the space that we have in the storage bay, in a dungeon. Right, this is my 3 point. Ours, the online utilities resource system. This is a new initiative in integrating all the ideas we have into one system, so that when you are booking for NUSSU van or the conference room, you just have to reach out to this system and you can book it. So I have a template. Right. So first of all, you can see that it is in the calendar format, and we have with all the tabs indicating whether it's in the NUSSU van or meeting rooms. This is a preliminary idea. This is what I have to offer. Is that first off, the club or the committee, they will select the club or the committee first, after which you'll be given a pin. I'll be administrating this and giving out the security pin for each individual committees and clubs. And then you follow on to book the venue or the NUSSU band, the date of use as well as the duration of usage. And after which, when you submit, the DOS will process and will decide on purpose of your booking whether is it feasible or that you do not take like the whole month. You cannot possibly book out the whole month when it is like for all of us. So yeah, that's okay. So I mentioned about my plans, how I'm going to carry out. But that being said, without my DOL and my DOS, my Director of Logistics, as well as my Director of Services, so they are kind of like my hands, my legs. So without them, I cannot actually function optimally. So what the Director of Logistics do is that he conducts the band orientation, the NUSSU band is his asset. Director of Services is in charge of facilities booking, the student lounge is under him. So I will work closely with these two, Director of Logistics as well as Director of Services, in implementing the ideas that I just mentioned. And I hope that these three, with the three of us, will work closely together to deliver it to the union. And with that, I end my presentation. Thank you.
How we from here? Can we go to the previous slide? Could I clarify who maintains the inventory? Is it the Director of Logistics or yourself? The inventory.
On the inventory list. The inventory list is under the charge of the Director of Logistics. Yeah.
Okay. Second question. You mentioned that there's an inventory and a storage and something along the line. Last time I've been told that there are certain equipments and certain stores that all the clubs and societies can borrow. So will you be publishing like a list of available things that we can use and borrow?
Yes, of course. So under the NUSSU EXCO, there's actually a list where everyone can actually borrow. So what I propose is that every clubs and committees do the same thing. So that in an event that the EXCO is not able to provide, they can actually approach one another in terms of resources instead of buying a new one.
Okay, sorry, third question based on that. So when it comes to a very common yet very controversial equipment like a stopwatch, let's say only the sports club has actually, in fact, last term I tried to borrow some stopwatch, but the email was bouncing between me and the logistics director, and it bounced back at least 8 times before he directed me to the sports club, and then sports club directed me back to the logistics director, and then it was another 2 or 3 days delay before finally I was given a link to book stopwatches under the sports club inventory. Then it was another 2 or 3 days before they told me it's not available until July. So do you foresee a better system of enhancing communications between the different clubs where some have specialized equipment?
Okay. So right now, they mentioned that's why I wish to push out this initiative of publishing all your items on the NUSSU webpage, so that you can actually see whether firsthand we have items, and if not, you can actually directly proceed and proceed to the relevant clubs or committees and to ask whether can you actually borrow. Okay. Yes.
So far, can you go back to the slide on the storage bay? Like so far, I think when you go through the student lounge and NUSSU storage bay and all that, right? What you have been telling us is I think maybe like the basic role of assistant secretary. Like for example, you said that currently the storage bay already have labels and stuff. So what you plan to do is to do regular spot checks and maintenance, which I think is like a given and basic function of assistant secretary. So what can you provide, or how do you think you can improve, or is there anything that you are planning to implement for like the NUSSU storage bay or even the student lounge?
Okay, for this NUSSU storage bay, so what is currently happening is, for example, con club, let's say non-fed con club, proceed to the NUSSU set and borrow the key to open for the dungeon, and they can put in whatever items they need inside, and they can take out whatever items they need. So what I suggest is, whenever they borrow the key from Auntie Sheila, there's a form that they have to carry with them, and in this form, you indicate what items goes in or what items goes out, and then you sign. So in a sense that I keep a track record of what are the items inside, what are the items being carried out, without me personally going down to see that whether it's in a mess.
But that is already what is happening, right? When we have the logbook, inventory logbook. Do you know that you have the inventory logbook?
Yes, there is an inventory logbook. But when they want to put the whole bulk list of items inside the storage bay, there isn't any description of what went in, what went in, and what comes out. Yeah. So I hope to push to enforce that.
How about student lounge?
What about students?
Do you have any plans to I don't know, revamp, furnish it?
Hi, design engineering year 2. I think what Kelly has been trying to say is what you have presented is what NUSSU has done for the past few years, or what is available to us. Then what more can you bring to the table by electing you as agents?
Okay, the thing is, what I propose is to push out a movie night. That's number one. And number two is that I feel that there's a lack of people coming down to use be it the board games or the Xbox. And I wish to invite NUS officers to come down and collaborate with them in using all the board games, so that this is the first step in creating awareness for the students that there are actually board games to use.
So how are you going to do that?
Collaborating with the NUS officers.
Business?
NUS officers. It is an interest group. Yeah.
Although you mentioned value advertisement being reduced, right? But you also mentioned that from what I observed, most of the students are studying at student lounge. So how do you value at the base when there are different interests of students?
One reason that the students actually come to the YNH student lounge to study is because they are actually it is not being promoted as an entertainment place, and that is why people use it since it is quiet. When some people come in, it is quiet, so they will just study. So what I propose is there are pool tables, and the pool tables are it is by per game. So I just go into the detail. What I want to see is that pool tables is actually being used on an hourly basis, so that you can approach the student assistant saying that they want a pool table for 1 hour and pay it. And that alone, right, will encourage more students to actually come and play the pool table. But what I understand is that the pool tables they are not. I mean, like, for me, if I want to play, of course, a game it is for 1 hour instead of per game. That's what I understand. So that's number one. Number two is the board games. Not many people know how, or even there is board games in the student lounge. So to actually, that is why, to answer this question, is to work with NUS officers and interest group to bring them down here to see how can we even collaborate. There can even be more events instead of a weekly basis with any less cases.
Alvin and Clark, so are you trying to say that in your term you intend to shift the focus of student lounge from being a studying area to more of an entertainment area? Yes or no?
Yes.
Reina, so previously some of the candidates mentioned the problem of student apathy. I would say this actually extends to the student lounge as well, because like if you really notice, students going, they really treat it like Starbucks. The chairs, everything so far, all the arrangements will be as per what they like, how they're using it all over the place. And also sometimes they really leave their rubbish behind. So do you think there's anything we can do to remedy this?
First off, in terms of the arrangement of the chairs, the students like to leave around. But there's a student assistant that are there to actually, remind them that, to shift back tables or chairs, or to not leave your rubbish around. I mean, I understand the students assistant's concern in why they are not interacting with the students in the student lounge. Because with interaction, people are more willing to listen to you in rearranging back chairs or even picking up the chairs.
Hi, I have a question that might not actually fall under your purview, but I'll just give it a shot. So talking of facilities, right? So certain facilities like LTs and UTown, they are in very popular demand, and some clubs are inevitably left wanting since like demand exceeds supply. So will we be considering a standardized system outdated line for looking on common facilities?
Common facilities that are under my purview, such as the one that I mentioned, it will be impartial in a sense that no one will be given more priority than the other. So it will be on a person basis. So for example, if perhaps a committee book the student lounge conference room, and then that a club wishes to book the same place at a later date. I mean, so they want to book at this place, but it's already booked and wish to override the current booking. I will say, I'm so sorry. It is on the first come.
But to be clarified, right? I understand your system, but it's so far that it pertains to NUSSU facilities. So I was wondering if there will be a new initiative of extending the same system to non-NUSSU facilities, or is it just outside of NUSSU? Like for instance, LTs.
LTs, it is not under my purview.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
You have mentioned that you want to increase collaboration between clubs in the sense of inventory sharing. To what extent will you be involved in this process? Like say, for example, Club A borrows from Club B something without a deposit and that item was bought. Would you be acting as an intermediary, or how would you go about solving a situation?
Right. So this updating of the inventory list is for everyone to see what everyone has, and it is on the individual committees and clubs their discretion to determine what is the amount of the deposit and when do they have to return. So yeah, basically, so it's up to the individual committees or clubs to decide. And if there are any issues or it is damaged, it will be between the two parties that are involved.
Let's say in the case that, as I mentioned just now, there is no deposit, the item is bought, and the two clubs cannot come to an agreement. What will your course of action be?
So first thing, if this happens, then of course I have to be notified that there is a misunderstanding or there's a conflict between the two parties. Of course, I myself will come down and understand the issue of what happened, why it happened, and how can we resolve it. together.
You also mentioned that for the hour system, it's up to the discretion of the DOS to allow or disallow the booking. Am I right saying that?
That's right.
Then what is the powers of discretion that we give to the DOS? What's the criteria that you will be setting for allowing or disallowing certain booking?
So when I was presenting, I mentioned about booking for the whole month. That's that's obvious. The one thing is, number one is the purpose of the event. Number two is the duration. How long you are taking that venue for. And if it is, for example, for meeting rooms, it's fair enough to stay the whole day if you all need it. That's one. And for NUSSU band, if your event lasts for that much, of course it will be given to you, but not more than what you have. So the DOS has to know the purpose, which boils down to the purpose of why did you book everything. The facilities.
So then, correct me if I'm wrong, but this kind of goes against the principle of first come first served booking. Am I right?
See, when you book the system, when you submit it, it will automatically be reflected on the system. But it will be indicated of pending, indicating pending. So once the DOS sees it, he will decide whether is it okay or not okay. And if he has doubts, he will then contact the relevant parties. So in case if you put it, if you have some queries on why doing it so long, or they proceed to talk to you and discuss how can we proceed.
Hans, engineering year 2. Can I ask what's your view of the NUSSU van being extremely crucial for maybe a certain event, but is unfortunately got into an accident or something and becomes unavailable for the event? Maybe at a last minute notice. How do you have any mitigation or anything with that?
If it is, if the NUSSU van is in an accident and it is totally not usable.
Yeah, like engine failure or something.
My course of action will be to, of course, contact the relevant parties and, of course, ultimately send the NUSSU van for maintenance. But what I can see, tell the following clubs is that I don't have any figure for you, and that you can actually discuss on what are the items you need to be transported, or why do you need the NUSSU van in the first place. We can come to a conclusion and to discuss how we can go about resolving this matter.
If there are no questions, would anyone like to propose the closure of Q&A?
I saw update also for security.
Can you all the voting council members number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 24, 5, 6, 7, 8.
What is the stand NUSSU totally being independent such that everybody realizes would it be trying to get his stand is 自己拿到自己 last minute so whatever lah about them let's try to figure out what you do. I wanted to say something here. It should be enough, right? Oh shit. The bike over here.
One yes. 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 One invalid. One yes. One yes. One yes. One yes. One no. One yes. One yes. One no. One yes. One yes. One yes. One no. One yes. 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 Invalid.
Chin 是你 right?
Okay, before that,